What is going on, everybody? Welcome to NMIGT Entertainment, and I am Joel. It's nice to see you on this hot 100-degree day, 4,000 degree humidity. I'm inside the garage with AC because I ain't doing nothing outside today. But what we are doing today is something that was on the car. I had to box up because of the Whipple, and now J&L sent me some pieces parts so I can alter where it's supposed to go. So what y'all are gonna see me do is put in a new oil separator for my car. It's my old one, but it's in a new location. So watch the video, well, the intro anyway, and come back and watch the video and we'll see what goes on. Guys, let me give you a little background story of what's going on here. So with the old J&L oil separator that I have, it had a different mounting location before the Whipple. That would have been right here in this corner. Now you see I got the reservoir for the intake, the intercooler, the reservoir for my normal parts, so it got kind of crowded over here. So Whipple does have one that satellites it to this side of the car. Now, it satellites to this side of the car, but you can't use it with a strut tower brace. What to do, what to do. So I was talking to Vinny down there at J&L, and he sent me some pieces parts. And what I'm going to do is make it work over here in this corner. I already got the idea how I want to do it. He sent me the parts to shorten the hoses, make them, you know, reconnect the way I need to, because this is the hose that you'll be working off of, this one and this one. So right now this is going to go, you're going to mount the situation over here in some place, and then roll it over, cut the hoses to where you need, and then you should be okay. But I'm going to bring you along for this little install. It shouldn't take that long, and it's not rocket science, but it might be a little here to get, there to get, you know what I'm saying? So at least I'll show y'all something that if y'all do end up with the strut tower base and want to go with a J&L oil separator, there is a way of doing it. So come with this trip and we'll see you on my rocket ship. All right guys, so the parts that he sent me fits in this little bag right here. What it is are the little compression connector if you need it, the little sleeves that go over the ends, like I'll show you on the actual one that I have. It doesn't have the same ones here. And then a long bolt that connects right there with a nut. Now that's gonna go right there under the strut tower brace. So you're probably going, hey Joel, how's that gonna fit there? Well, you kind of have to get creative, right? So let me show you what I had to do. All right, this is the bracket that you get when you get the Whipple. Not the Whipple, the oil separator. It's usually straight up and down, so you can mount it and do whatever. So what I had to do is kind of give it a little bend. So what you're going to end up doing with it, it'll mount down there, and this is just kind of a rough draft, right? Mount right down there. It'll be off of the strut tower brace and out of the way, so you can still get in there and do what you got to do. So it fits up in this hole. You gotta cut your hoses to fit, and then you'll be ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a whack, see where we end up, see if it's worth the trouble. So we'll see you there in a sec. All right everybody, so first thing you had to do is remove that bolt that was there. That was an 8mm bolt, right here, 8mm, which was this nut right here that was sitting under there. And then you need to tighten that down with a 13, which is right here, to go around that nut right there. And then the next thing you do is you kind of place this on top of it as such. Let's get it up in there like that. Kind of figuring out where you want to go ahead and put it, and then putting that nut in and tighten it down. So I'm going to get it hand tight so it'll at least stand in where I need it to go, and then we'll kind of fit it in where we need to go from that point. Alright everybody, so as you can see, I have this loose still, so I can kind of move it back and forth and figure out where I need to, if I need to bend it up a little bit or bend it down. So what I got to do now is figure out that oil separator positioning, because it's going to have a hose coming off one side, a hose coming off the other. So let me go ahead and get that undone. I'm going to go ahead and cut. This is the original. Again, just to let your mind work a little bit, it mounted here before. So it, with the natural aspirated, it ran from one side over and then over here on this side. So it had a little different setup, and it was all up here on top and everything else. It was all up in here. So now that has changed. So now we're going to go ahead and get that. I'm going to have to shorten the hoses anywho, so I'm going to have to cut that off of there. So the easiest way to do it, you get a razor blade, cut here, and those should come off. Let's see if that's how easy it really is. Alrighty everyone, so what I'm doing here is I went ahead and kind of set it in position of where I think I want it to go. So this side is going to have the short hose, which is going to go right here. Literally it is this long. So you're going to have to work that out in your mathematics, right? And then this one is going to be the longer hose that comes over to here. Now what it does, it brings, as you can see, at least with the Whipple, it brought the tapered end to it. Well, they gave you one also to put on there, so that way you can have that tapered end go over, and then you can have a smooth transition. Now with the other, you got to cut it off the original. So right here, the original, you want to cut that off, and again they give you the extra fittings to go on there and what have you, so you shouldn't have no issues. So you just got to size it to where you need to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This I'm going to cut. I have a set of cutting scissors here. These things cut everything from metal to wood to freaking fingers and everything else. So don't do the finger part, but we're going to go ahead and see how this works out. Alrighty everyone, so the first one is now in. So you can see, went there to there. It was kind of a short one, so it goes from there to there, and the next one's going to come over in this way, around this and over to here. Well, I guess it would be nice if I showed you, right? From here over to here. I'm just kind of setting it up the way I want to, and we'll go from there. So let me get those on real quick. What I'm doing here is just kind of getting a feel for how long I really want it to be, and what side I want to use, because one side looks better than the other. But yeah, so probably something around there. We'll get the ends on and get it done. And let me show you how those ends go on. I don't think I've showed you. Okay, so you got your tube here, nothing on it right now, right? So what you need to do is, you see these little ends? They go on each side of them. One here, and then one down here. So the rest is just kind of the way it needs to go in. As you can see, they get the little phrase on the end which holds them in. So you could add a little bit of lubricant if they're tight to put in, but these have been kind of easy to put on, so no issues there. So let me go ahead and get these pushed on there. And there you go guys, as you can see, they're on there. It's tight now. It has a nice little bend to it, so it comes off of here into the reservoir, back into the crank right there. Should have no problems now with the oil separator. So like I said, it's a little different. It fits in, it gives so much busyness to the snout, but like I said, when you're running a supercharger, I definitely get it, because there's a lot of blow by with the force of the supercharger. So, you know, kind of each his own with that. But yeah, it is in there. It is tight. It is snug, and it's not going anywhere. So we're good to go. All right, so here are the cliff notes. The old style was over here in this area. The new style with the Whipple gets put over there in that area, exactly where it is. But if you don't have a strut tower brace, this is easier because they would send you the hoses to cut for that length. So it would sit roughly here. So what you had to do is the bar that you had to give it a little tweak, bend it a little Z-ish. So now it fits out from under the strut tower brace. As you can see, I have room between it, so it's not going to hit it. It's very sturdy. This hose goes down to the crank, this one to the Whipple, and it's in there. Looks like it's supposed to be that way, right? Like I said, you could probably monkey around with the hoses a little more. Like I said, I like my stuff to be kind of neat, so you could have had more length on this over here if you wanted. But like I said, this is kind of the way I like it. And like I said, this is a nice smooth transition over to it. This is a little tighter than I like to be, but you know, it's not going to go nowhere. So we are good to go. And yeah, tell me what y'all think. All right, everybody, that is the install of the J&L oil separator, or OSC now. As you can see, I have my Nitto 555 G2s on the floor. I'm about to put those away because I went ahead and put on my Nitto 555 R2s. So, like I said, I'm getting the car ready to do some stuff with her. You know, get her to hook up a little better and have a little bit of fun. Like I said, I got some other stuff coming. I mentioned it in the prior video if y'all watched it. I got a rear seat delete coming from VMP. Like I said, they have hooked me up with some good stuff. Like I said, I'm going to shout them out once I get it all in, and hopefully it looks the way I want it to. If you follow me on Facebook and stuff like that, you kind of got a sneak peek of it. That should be coming shortly. This was the other thing I needed to do. That was kind of an afterthought. And other than that, I really don't have much more going on with Wasp. I'm pretty happy the way it is. I'm going to enjoy her. Still got to find that job. I'm dropping all sorts of stuff over here. Still got to find that job, so that's why we're just kind of on a holding pattern with everything now. And like I said, I've got enough. I need to sit back and kind of enjoy some of the stuff I got. Like I said, there's a car meet this weekend, so we'll probably take Wasp out and enjoy her with that. Like I said, I'm right at 5,000 miles. It's about to click it, so I'm just holding on for hope and a prayer, right? 5,000, we're just gonna go balls to the wall. No, I'm joking. Well, you never know, right? I got time on my hands. So anyway, that was the install of the satellite Whipple catch can install. Again, like I said, thanks for Vinny to sending me the parts that I needed. Like I said, it went from this side for the factory, then it went over here for the Whipple. But with the strut tower brace, you kind of have to, you know, make it your own. So that is done. This is what it looks like. And yeah, nothing more to say about it. Alright guys, that is the video, so tune in next time. I don't know what next time will be. Probably the rear seat delete, because I'm doing a little bit more than just adding the seat delete. I'm in my head about some stuff when I do stuff. So that it's going to be the rear seat delete with some added features, because with rear seat delete you get probably a noisier cabin. I'm not about noisier cabins, so come with me on my next journey, because it's going to be a good one putting in that one. So we'll see you then. Have a good day.